Somebody's going to have their best year in 2024. Why not you? If I was setting up to want to double my business this coming year, this is exactly what I'd do. Historically speaking, as I look back over my 30-year career in real estate, what I've found is that there were certain times when you took certain types of actions where you got different results than you would at other times. Now is one of those times. Now is a time where a lot of people are not sure about this market. They know there's less transactions and they're not really sure what to do, and so they're just pausing, they're freezing, or some people are leaving the business. And what this does is this creates an opportunity for those that are willing to do the things that need to be done to really see their business take off, not just now, but set the table for an amazing career over the coming 5, 10, 20 years. What I want to do today is I'm going to go through, and if I were set and I had to double my business, if there was something that was out there where I just absolutely had to do it, these are the things I would do, and I would have complete confidence that come the end of this year, I would absolutely have the opportunity to see my business double. The first thing that I would do is I would go out and I would schedule 7 meetings with sphere of influence or past clients in person every single week. Now, this may sound like a lot, but we're wanting to double our business. It's going to take a lot. So what I want to do with these is I'm not just asking for business, I'm just deepening relationships. You could do this with coffee, you could do this with lunch, this could be after hours for certain clients, whatever it is, where you met them for a happy hour or something, whatever it is, this is just building relationships. Hey, this is Jimmy. It's been a little while. Just hope you and the family are doing well. Just want to check in, man. I'd love to catch up, hear what's going on with in your world, and see how you guys are doing. Could we meet next week for coffee in the morning on Tuesday or Wednesday, possibly? You see, when you set the opportunity to get with people and all you're doing is asking how they're doing, you can use all of the Ford method, but just be natural. What would you be asking? What would the questions be that you'd be asking if you were wanting to deepen a relationship, if you were wanting to have a better friend, if you were wanting to be a better friend? You see, when you have these meetings, sooner or later it's going to come around to, so tell me how your business is doing. At that point, it's like, business is doing well. I've really got a goal actually this year to really grow my business. And so, listen, I just want to thank you in advance. If you hear of anybody that's considering buying or selling real estate, I just want to thank you in advance for keeping me in mind. That's all you have to say. You'll be amazed by setting the table, being a friend, deepening those relationships. The law of reciprocity will go to work for you, and those folks will find ways to send you additional business. The next practical thing I would do is that I would set up to do 1 video unsolicited CMA per day that I worked, every single day that I worked. Now, when I'm talking about this is someone where maybe you have a past buyer, maybe you have a past client, sphere of influence, maybe it's somebody that has told you they might sell. The more likely they are to be a homeowner that knows you and likes you and even trusts you, obviously the better this is going to convert. But there's going to be a point where obviously there's going to be a law of diminishing returns here. So what we want to do is we want to identify who is it that we know that is a homeowner, that if the opportunity comes, we're probably going to have a chance that we get a chance to get that listing. So who is this list? I would start making this list. Make a list of all of those folks. And then what I would do is I would literally rank who's most likely down, and I would start with the lowest hanging fruit. Now, we don't necessarily, if we're going to do 1 of these a day, and let's say you're going to work 300 days just to make the number round and easy this year, whatever it is that you're going to do this year, if you're sitting here and you're thinking about that, who are those people that are the 60 that you're going to do? Because here's what I found is, if you add more value to 60 to 80 people and you do it consistently, you're going to get better returns than just doing one-offs. So what we want to do is we want to identify those folks. We're going to do 1 each quarter for each of these people. Now, it's not just them that we're working on. We're going to actually see the opportunity for them to refer people to us just by us adding value in a unique way that they haven't thought of before. If you're wondering how to do these, you can check out the link above. It'll show exactly how to do this. I did this. It generated over $11 million worth of listings. I only did it for 90 days and it generated that. So imagine what this can do if you get devoted to adding value in a unique way to homeowners in the coming year. The third thing that I would do is I would become a chronic congratulator. What I mean by that is I would look for people that I could absolutely congratulate on life events or things that are happening in their world that a lot of times might lead to a need to either buy or sell real estate. So think about the D's. If you know somebody that has gotten engaged, has gotten a diamond, so to speak, what is it that typically happens with that? You know, it used to be, oh, well, these two people are getting married, they're going to need to buy a home because they've both been renting. Well, I'll tell you what's happening now is a lot of times what's happening is, as people are getting married a little bit older or they're a little more established, what we're finding is some of them may have one or two homes they need to sell or they need to consolidate. So these create opportunities. Sending a congratulations with a gift card to someone that has just gotten engaged is a great way to start engaging that conversation. I've talked to a realtor this past week who's a little bit younger, and he said a lot of his friends, and they're in their mid-20s, their early 20s, are getting married now or getting engaged. He's reaching out to them through social media, just reaching out and just saying, hey, congratulations. Just let me know if you guys are considering buying a home. I'd love to help find the perfect place for you guys to start your marriage off with a home that is something that you love. You see, you find these opportunities. If it's someone that maybe has gotten a promotion at work, congratulate them. Someone that has a graduate that is happening where they may be thinking about downsizing. Whatever it is, these life events, be a chronic congratulator, and what will happen is because you've put that out there, opportunities will come your way. Everything I've talked about to this point has been basically things that you can do for very little or no cost. It's a lot of effort. Now what I want to do is listen, if you're going to double your business, odds are you're going to have to invest in your business. So what I want to do is give you a framework of what I like to utilize and what I like to suggest to agents that truly want to take their business to the next level. For me, I want to invest 30% of what I made last year in marketing. So let me just put it to you easy. If you made $150,000 last year, you need to be budgeting $45,000 towards straight on marketing to take your business to the next level. If you made 100, then obviously you're looking at 30,000 here. Whatever it is, utilize that as the basis for the budget to get to where you are. Now, if you don't have that historically, or if you really want to take this to the next level, what's the amount of money you want to make this year? If you're wanting to get to $500,000, then budget $150,000, and I promise it's going to get you there if you do it correctly, which I'm going to tell you exactly how to spend that money here in just a minute. But whatever it is that you're doing, find ways to invest in your business. Now, I'm going to give you some specific things. The first thing I can say is don't go buy leads. Leads are going to have a slow burn. You're going to have a ton of work that you're going to do. What I want to do is I want to do marketing that is going to give me the opportunity to do business, not just now, but into the future so that it will compound over time. So when you're thinking about what it is that you can do is set a baseline, 30% of either what you made last year to start with, or specifically, if you really want to take this to the next level, is what is the income you're wanting to make this year, and budget 30% of that towards marketing. All right, we set a budget. Now let's talk about some of the ways that you can spend money that's going to absolutely get you a return on your investment. Number one is that we want to hire a videographer. Now, whatever that budget was, that's what we want to utilize some of this towards hiring a videographer. The reason being is that if we're looking to understanding the process of sales being know, like, and trust, we want to find things that are trust accelerators, so to speak. And video, nothing does that better than video. If you're thinking about this, if you're watching this video, even if we've never met, because you maybe have gotten a feel for who I am in the way that I'm talking, you kind of understand who I am. You get a little bit of my personality. And even though we may not have met in person, you kind of feel like you know me a little bit. That's the same thing that video does for you in your local marketing in your area. Now, the couple things that you can spend video on specifically. Number one is this. Utilize it to absolutely do the highest quality possible listing videos for the listings that you currently have. Number one is, it's not only is it going to help you sell your house, the house that you have listed faster, but it's going to be something that you can utilize in your marketing to get the next listing, because whether we realize it or not, other people that are considering selling are watching what you're doing. And when they see you have marketing that's at another level, you absolutely have accelerated that trust they have in you, and you're going to get more listing appointments. It also gives you the ability to utilize that video before you go on the listing appointment to say, hey, one of the things that I do is I'm going to give you the highest quality video possible to market your home so we can sell it faster and at a higher price. Here's some examples of some of the videos I've done in the past. That is some of the things you can do prior to going into a listing appointment that's absolutely going to put you ahead of the majority of your competition out there. The other things you can do is identify the areas where you want to focus. We want to focus on specific neighborhoods. In reality, a lot of times, some of these neighborhoods that are maybe new coming to the market, where ground has been broken, new homes are going to be built, be the first person that goes out, does some aerial drone photography, talks about what's coming in the neighborhood. You're going to set yourself up organically in YouTube for search that's going to give you the opportunity to be the resource for that area. Also, highlight some of the lifestyle. Showcase some of the things that you've done and that you love about living in your area. Last but not least, utilize video to tell the story of some of your clients. Instead of just having them write a review, some of your clients, it would be great to be able to see if they'd be willing to document getting into their new home or selling their new home. Simply set up a camera just like we've got this morning and have them sitting across and have you sitting this way and ask them questions where they're just talking to you. Ask them about what the experience was like. Ask them about the process. Ask them about whether they would encourage people to give you a call. You see, when you document with video, we're doing the things that give us that acceleration of the trust that we have from those future clients that we're looking for. The next thing I would do if I was going to want to double my business in the coming year is that I would identify multiple geographical farms that I was going to absolutely become the resource and the pro for that neighborhood. Now, this is going to be set up based on your budget because I want you to think about what is it that you have, because we want to make sure that we've got enough and we've got budgeted to be in this neighborhood for the next 9 months, because every time we send one piece, it accelerates the trust we have because of the consistency of what we're doing. Now, the typical geographical farm is going to be somewhere where we're going to find something that has a good turnover rate, that we have profitability, and that we can see that we can take over. There's not a dominant agent in that neighborhood. If you're wondering how to do that, we'll have a link above that'll go through the exact process to do that. But now, if we're wanting to double our income in the coming year, we're not just going to do the typical geographical farm. Instead of sending one mailer per month, we're going to send one every 2 weeks. Now, we're going to do a mix of community information, market information, just listed, just sold, client testimonials, upcoming events. We're going to absolutely blanket this neighborhood with direct mail. We're going to also do some video content there. We're going to really step up our game. We're going to host open houses at every house that we list in this neighborhood. We're going to door knock before we have those open houses. We're going to absolutely invade that neighborhood where there's no way that anybody in that neighborhood can't see us as the resource and the pro for that neighborhood. When we double down on the marketing in these neighborhoods, it's going to give us the ability to be seen as that pro we're looking to be. We're going to see listings come our way, which will lead to more buyers, which will lead to more listing opportunities, which is going to give us that opportunity to double our business in the coming year. Last but not least is hire an assistant. Listen, if you're going to double your business, you're going to have to double the leverage in your business. And if you're really at a place where you're wanting to grow, odds are you need somebody to help you grow. Now, there's specific things that everybody's looking for. You could be the person that needs a transaction coordinator. You could be somebody that needs help on social media. You could need somebody that helps you with the direct mail or marketing that's going to happen when you take that geographical farm on. Maybe you need a video editor. Whatever it is that you need, find someone that has the specialty in that area and hire them to help you. Now, you can do this with a full-time assistant, but a lot of cases, locally, I would have a part-time assistant. This may be an agent that's in the business that has a specific skill that you can hire part-time to help you. For me, one of the things that I found, which was leverage, after all these years of going through part-time local, having somebody that was handling specific things, is I found virtual assistants overseas that really made a huge difference for me, because what happened is I was able to find someone that had a specialty that could really help in a specific area. Now what I did is I found a company that was out there that would go out and find these 3 or 4 different people. I told them exactly what I was looking for. They went out and found 3 to 4 candidates in the Philippines. I jumped on a call. They went through and they gave me their resumes. I interviewed them along with the person from the virtual assistant company that's in the States, and they found the perfect person that fit for me. Now listen, if you're wanting to know more about that, I'll have a link down in the description below where you can get in touch with them and go through that process, or at least get more information. But I have to tell you, if you're going to double your business, odds are you're going to need somebody to help you double that business in the coming year. And an assistant is exactly where you can gain that leverage. The next 12 months, good Lord willing, are going to come either way. What is it that you're going to do today? So the end of these 12 months, you're going to look back and you're going to be proud of what you've done in your business. If a goal is for you to grow your business, do new things to get new results. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.